as I started doing this inner work, oh, wow, I was able to, actually devote time to my business, finish the things I said I wanted to really do, and launched a coaching business teaching other women how to overcome fear and thrive, how to dismantle their own internal resistance, how to identify these triggers, what to do when our ego is trying to, oh, it's not safe to be rich, to be wealthy, to be seen, to be heard, to tell that story that you never wanted to tell.
Hi everyone, welcome to Go All In show here on ABC 15. My name is Nims Stan, your host, and today I can't stop smile because I'm bringing my special guest here with me today to meet with all of you. Vanessa Simpkins, and she's my mentor a few years ago. I have no idea what the word coaching meant, and she's the one who ran behind a lot of my success and with mindset and the way I look at the business. So welcome, Vanessa, in the house. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, awesome. So amazing to be here being interviewed by you now, Nim. This is such a trip.
Well, you probably never know, like a few years ago, I have no idea what coaching, like online coaching is, and never heard about mastermind, but you really opened my eyes for all the things that I'm doing right now and just follow your journey. Can you tell us a little bit about your journey? What did you do before you just do what you do now?
Right. Well, probably 10 something 11 years ago, I was exiting out of a toxic relationship. I think a lot of women start looking at, how to create their own businesses, how to become financially successful, independent. That was my case over 11 years ago. I was exiting out of a toxic relationship and trying to find my purpose. I was really, really great at my job. I was doing kind of direct response marketing and sales, selling mops and lint removers. Okay, doing these little mini pitches in stores. I had a little booth set up. And I mean, that was not my purpose.
Right.
So exiting out of this toxic relationship, I told myself, okay, I'm going to take this next year and I'm going to heal all of the inner blocks within myself that's preventing me from having my own business.
Right.
And I got started in really looking at resistance, like our egos. What is resistance? How do we, what are these self-sabotaging behaviors that we don't really even know about that protect us from failure, but also from success?
Right.
And so that was really interesting. And as I started doing this inner work, oh, wow, I was able to, actually devote time to my business, finish the things I said I wanted to really do, and launched a coaching business teaching other women how to overcome fear and thrive, how to dismantle their own internal resistance, how to identify these triggers, what to do when our ego is trying to, oh, it's not safe to be rich, to be wealthy, to be seen, to be heard, to tell that story that you never wanted to tell.
Right.
And I think that's really when my business took off. I've generated $12 million in sales since then. We've helped thousands of women around the world take their power back now, overcome fear and thrive. And it's been an incredible journey. And I think it was really just making the decision, okay, I'm going to really do this. I'm really going to do this inner healing work. I'm really going to commit to my success. I'm really going to invest in myself, get my business out there. And I believe that's really how we start, right? We make a powerful decision.
See, you just reconfirm what Brian Tracy just told me. Brian Tracy said, I asked him, how do you become a millionaire, right? For my interview. And he said, every millionaire, before they become a millionaire, they made the decision. And you made that powerful decision to be a millionaire, to be successful female entrepreneurs. This is great. But how can we make that kind of big decision or should we just go step by step? What would you suggest?
Well, I always, I'll tell you a story. So I used to live in San Diego. I used to live in Hawaii. I come from Canada. I traded in my red shovel for a red bikini, followed my dream to live in Hawaii, became the bikini business coach, started teaching women about online marketing and inner work. And when I lived in San Diego, I used to go to the 7-Eleven, the dépanneur. And the guy at the counter is always like, "Oh, miss, do you want a lottery ticket? Do you want a Powerball?" And I always tell him, "No, I am the lottery ticket. I bet on myself."
Huh.
And he kind of looks at me a bit stunned. Right. And so to answer your question, how we really get started is to bet on ourselves. Bet on yourself. You are the lottery ticket. You may not know, you may not have the skills right now to, have a business. You may need to learn sales. You may need to learn online marketing. You may need to learn how to own your value, charge what you're worth. You may need to learn about, all the internal resistance. But the fact is, when you bet on yourself instead of some external force out there, when you take your power back now and really just make a decision, and then I call this like the three-part system. We make a decision to do something, and then you commit to it, right? Because let's say you want to fly to, you want to get to Italy. Well, you have to buy a plane ticket because your body's not going to sprout wings and fly yourself there, right? So you got to commit, right? You invest in the plane ticket, and then and only then do you get on the plane and arrive in Italy, right? Then and only then does the expansion happen. So I think really understanding, what skill sets, you need to work on, and then bet on yourself, decide to commit to yourself, to invest in learning, whether it's hiring a mentor or a training program or getting the support that you need to get those skills. That's really how to start. So
when you first start, what skills that you found that you need to learn and to have, or to seek out a mentor? What kind of skills?
When I first started, I was really a rock star in sales in my job.
You already know that. Okay.
I was the top salesperson in my job, but I couldn't for the life of me take the skills that I had and put them into a package to sell other people online. Like, I was so stuck with this, and I did all these crazy things. I did a telesummit. I wrote a book. I got published in all of these crazy magazines, and none of those things that the gurus tell you to do. I was doing all the right things. It wasn't working. And so it wasn't until I really started looking at my own inner concepts of self, my own safety mechanisms, right? What I call the resistance, or, in our programs, we call this like the gremlins, the self-doubt, the perfectionism, the imposter syndrome, right? All of the strategies, like, writing the book, or having a funnel. We teach our clients how to set up sales attraction systems. That all works once we get clear and hear about what's safe for us to have. These mechanisms. Is it safe for me to be wealthy? Is it safe for me to be seen? A lot of women, most people think, oh my gosh, it's just the fear of failure. Yeah, but there's also the fear of success.
Right.
A lot of our clients, have had booming careers as corporate women, and now they go to launch their business and, but I'm doing all the right things. What's going on? Well, there might be some fear of repeating, what happened in your career, being too busy, right? If I'm successful, I might get too busy. So really clearing that, making that aligned. And then the skill, that's the number one skill. Because everything else, really, the funnels, the books, the sales attraction system, that just becomes work. It's just a task.
Right, it's the task. Right. I love it so much. Because a lot of people think that, okay, after I write a book, after I speak at TEDx, after I, become well-known, get on TV and everything, my business will boom, will crush. But in fact, it's just the insight. And what I found in your program is, not just take your power back, but to really, not just about Facebook ads or coaching program or mastermind, modules, set up the website, but it's also so powerful to take our power back, the insight. Love that so much.
It's necessary, and so many, not just women, I run a women's empowerment company, but people in general, we're all human beings here, right?
Yeah.
And giving our power away to something external. For many women who are still in their job, like, that's the external power. The money comes from the job. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Or I need this person's approval out there. I don't want to market myself. I don't want to make a video. People are going to judge me and then I'll die, says the ego, right? You're going to get kicked out of the tribe. You die. That's how we know it's the ego that tries to protect us.
So you've been teaching thousands of women and helping them, level up their business. And someone just like myself at that time didn't even have this business at all. What do you think is like number one fear that women entrepreneur have?
Well, everyone has the I'm not good enough, the worthiness, the deservingness, and this goes deep. And there's always another layer. And it was so interesting when I really put the gas on my own business in, let's say 2016, let's really get out there with, paid advertising and scale. So now we're having hundreds of women a year join our mastermind programs. What I noticed was, hey, I'm teaching wealth building. I'm teaching overcome your inner blocks to success, overcome the imposter syndrome, get clear on your message. And what I realized was doing all this inner worthiness and deservingness work with women. 4 of my clients that year got engaged. I thought, well, that's so interesting. How is that happening? But so our worthiness and deservingness affects our money and love.
Right.
So that's really the number one fear I think women have is, well, who's going to pay me thousands of dollars for my coaching program?
Right.
Who am I? I'm not Tony Robbins. I call it the Tony Robbins syndrome. You don't have to be Tony Robbins. You just have to be the authentic version of you.
Yeah.
However, when we get triggered, we move into this victim kind of archetype, right? And so who's running your business? Is it your inner wounded child or is it this adult version of you?
Wow.
How do you identify, what do you do when you get triggered? First of all, how do you know when you're triggered? And that's actually what's happening. And how do you move from that victim archetype into the powerful warrior goddess mode that just gets it done, that is authentic, that is able to share her truth, that is able to be visible, that is that just gets it done. So that transition, and I think most women don't, first of all, we've never been taught this really important stuff in school. That would be like real power, right? So that fear of not being good enough, unworthiness, everybody has it. It comes from childhood. Yeah. And I've seen just incredible, I'm so blessed really, that women feel safe to share and to let me into my team, into their inner world and to have this safe space for women to do this exploration. And to revamp their beliefs and show up much more powerfully as that warrior goddess, get it done. Here's my authentic story. Here's my movement. Here's my message in the world, and own their value. So really working on that worthiness and deservingness, it's number one.
I love that. Again, so powerful answer. Thank you so much, Vanessa. I just love you. So the next question is, women, we are the creator. We always have the new ideas, right? And then we don't get clear of what is the one thing that we want to coach, to teach, or to show up in our business. How can we remove all those ideas and stay in our lane? Because I remember you always say, stay in your lane, right? And then the other thing that I remember you said, perfection is just the wallpaper. Good enough is good enough. If it doesn't break, don't fix it. Let get it done and move on. I memorizing that. You know it. So how can we just get out of all the junks and just stay in our lane?
You hire a mentor. So think about this.
Yeah.
I live now in Northern California, in this beautiful, very spiritual place, Mount Shasta, California. There's 13 crystal shops and 2 coffee shops here. Big, beautiful mountain. And so you think about this, entrepreneurs are wow, I want to get to the top of the mountain. Only you've never been there before. You don't have a guide. You don't know what kind of clothes to wear. You don't know how much water you're going to need. You don't know that there's a freaking gondola fast track on the left-hand side of the mountain. So you could get there a lot faster. So you need a guide. You need somebody who's been there, done it. and specifically has the expert perspective to tell you you're packing way too much. Like, drop all of that. Just bring, this backpack, wear these shoes. Oh, you want to like stay overnight? Let's bring a tent. Do you know what I'm saying? And so without the expert perspective, people get stuck out on a ledge, without a flashlight in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And it takes them longer, and that really hurts their confidence.
Right.
And it costs you time and money.
Yeah.
Because the truth is, not every entrepreneur needs to be driving a Harley-Davidson. Like, if you need a 2-speed bicycle and somebody sells you a Harley-Davidson, you're going to crack your head. You're going to fall off. It's going to hurt. So, in understanding what should be your next step, it's really important to seek out, a mentor, a coach, somebody who can help you spot your blind spots, tell you what's the fastest, most direct route to get to the top of the mountain. Yeah. Or you want to take the scenic route, or you want to take the gondola.
Right.
And because you don't have that perspective. So I seek people out. I've been in business for years, and I still hire mentors to help me see my blind spots. It's necessary.
I love it. See, I love that when you explain things, you bring us to the normal life. You're talking about getting the air to get to Italy. You're talking about, the climb up the mountain, what you need to pack. I mean, this is very powerful, but yet very simple and easy to see. But we just don't apply it in our business. We just keep packing a lot of stuff in our backpack and climb the mountain by ourselves, right?
Well, I think now more than ever during this whole COVID experience, we'll just leave it at that, people are so overwhelmed. There's so many more people online. Who do you trust? Who's a pop-up guru? Who's been here for a while? And there's so many options. Like, Nim, I just learned how to turn off the notifications on my phone last year. I was like, oh, wow, what a game changer. There's so much information.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why we've been so successful in helping so many women skyrocket their confidence and cash flow, take their power back now, overcome fear and thrive, is because we keep it simple and we keep our clients in the right lane for where they're at. And just learning the next 3 steps to making sales, let's say, for coaches, that's really being in the game, not sitting on the sidelines and watching. So that's,
right.
But getting in the game, and that's what builds your confidence. Just the next 3 steps. So keeping people in the right lane, because those little steps, when you get a result, wow, I'm going to do the next thing. Okay. Wow. And it's easy to get overwhelmed. It's very easy to get overwhelmed. And it's also very easy to take action when you have a system, a strategy that's been proven, and you're just focusing on the next 3 steps and not, oh my God, the whole mountain, right? Just here's the start. Yeah.
That's right. What is your daily routine look like, Vanessa? Because not just, you show up for your business, but how do you practice the inner spiritual work by yourself? Like, what does it look like for you?
Well, I do have a morning routine and a ritual that I've been teaching women for years now, which involves impregnating my subconscious mind. So there are laws that govern reality, like the law of gravity. We breathe oxygen, It's the same thing with being a conscious creator. And so I start my day with a very powerful internal, eyes are closed, process. It involves affirmations. It involves moving myself into the state of, I already have this. And then I have, like a journal that I write, and I really double down. Like when my business went from like, I'm a little solopreneur to millions, 1.5, 2.5, 3.5 million a year. That was really me doubling down on these processes, creating new concepts of myself. So that's a very big part of my morning routine. And then I have coffee outside with the mountain.
Yeah.
And then I usually get on meetings with my team. I have an amazing team of love leaders who are so jazzed, and just rock stars at what they do, whether it's Facebook ads or mindset, copywriting. The team that, administration team that supports our clients. I get on with them. Sometimes I do coaching. And then my evenings are, shut the phone off. Go for a swim. Sometimes I go and swim across the lake in the middle of the day, come back to the office. It depends. Right. But I have a really balanced life now.
Yeah.
And I think that's also really important. Your business is you're not gonna enjoy your business if it's all work all the time, right? There has to be a good balance. And so for me, that's getting out into nature, that's hiking, that's, sometimes I go and get a massage down the street. I love it here because there's no traffic. Everything's a 2-minute drive.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit about what my day looks like.
So it sounds like, again, you surround yourself with, like you are the creator of your own daily life, not playing the victim role, right?
Well, that's right. So we're either behaving from this automatic, protective mechanism, our ego's running our life, or we're able to watch this thing in action.
So good.
And learning how to do that, learning how to take ourselves off automatic is quite a journey. They say know thyself. I think entrepreneurship is like a full-on contact sport, man. People are selling you funnels and YouTube and this and that. Know thyself. And then, understanding these laws of how our subconscious, we live in a reflectionary universe. What is impressed in our subconscious must reflect. That's a law.
Yeah.
So when I became really obsessed and practicing that on a daily basis, that's when I was able to show up much differently, invest in hiring a team, invest in paid advertising, really betting on myself. And it has been just amazing to watch. Now I can say like over 1,400 women have come through my programs in the last 6 years, watch their success and results.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, it's not a fluke. Like, this actually really works. Wow. Yeah. For the people who apply it, because it's work, the inner stuff always, that's the real work.
So now, you have been helping thousands of women skyrocket their business and believe in themselves. What is your legacy look like from now on?
Just keep doing what I'm doing. The things that I shared with you, which, you talked about, like, don't fix what's broken. Don't fix what's not broken. We're really good at holding safe space for women. And, having these mastermind programs where women learn together, and it's kind of like the soul sister community. It's so powerful. And so the legacy really is to keep doing that. It works. I'm not going to change that. That works really well. So don't, fix what, and that's again, a perspective that oftentimes without expert advice, it's really hard to know, fix what is broken, don't fix what's not broken. It sounds very simple, but hard to see, hard to tell on your own. So we're just keeping doing what works and what's fun, watching women show up every week from week to week. Oh, I got my first new client. Before they were confused about what to call themselves. So there's the resistance, there's the self-doubt. And then week by week, they show up and celebrating, what the clarity, what the confidence brings, watching them post their first videos. Oh my God, I got a sales call. Oh my gosh, oh my God, my first client. Like that's priceless. It's a really good feeling.
That's awesome. And we're grateful for you. So now we both talk about your program a lot. Let's talk a little bit more about that. Okay. So you have the 8 week, is it still 8 weeks program?
We have 2 mastermind programs. It's actually, we have our signature 10K and 30-day mastermind program. It's 90 days.
Right. Okay.
And that program, we're taking women through all of the inner mindset, the success rituals. How do you program your subconscious mind? What kind of coach are you? How do you get clear on your program? How do you sell it? How do you break through your visibility blocks, sales, paid advertising to create a sales attraction system? So that's our signature program, and it's a 90-day online mastermind for women.
And anyone can join. It doesn't matter if they have business before or they just start from zero.
A lot of our clients are women who have this coaching idea.
I see.
They're serious. They know they want a business, but they're not really sure on, well, who is my audience and what is my message? And we also have some coaches that have been in the game for quite a while. They just don't have any of the systems. They don't have, like, if you don't have a system in your business, you don't have a business. You have a really expensive hobby.
It's very expensive.
Right? You need clarity on these really important specific pieces, like who is your target audience? What are the problems you solve for profit? What is your visibility strategy? What are you selling? And so we help our clients get clear on all of those things, and then also work with you to set up those sales attraction systems and work on your sales skills and visibility. And that all happens in that 90-day container. Wow.
So what is another program?
We also have a more advanced program for more advanced coaches. So I always call like the 10K and 30-day program. That's like a bicycle. That's a two-wheel bicycle. It's great. You go down the street, you pick up a coffee, you come back, cool. It gets you everywhere you want to go. I've got a mountain bike. I drive around the lake. I love it. Our Bikini Business Coach year-long program, that's the Harley-Davidson. So now, we're moving from like manual marketing where you're earning while you're learning in the 10K program, earning while you're learning, online technology, getting in the game, getting your first 3 to 5 high-ticket coaching clients, to now let's put some automation behind your message. So a lot of our year-long clients are people that have had sales before, and now they really want automation. So paid advertising, let's scale. Some of our clients have done $50,000, $70,000 a month, which sounds, I know, totally unbelievable, but such is the power of automation, paid advertising, having a system running up. How do you run a mastermind, Vanessa? A lot of our clients love being a part of it and are able to create a mastermind program because they're part of it. They see how it's done. So we teach a lot of the automation. Also, how do you grow a team? How do you create standards of operating procedures in your business? How do you really scale and grow?
I love that. And they will be with you for the whole year. Is that right?
Yep. They're with us for a whole year. We help them set up a funnel. We help them run paid advertising. They get to work with, the people who run my paid advertising. So it's a unique experience, because I think when coaches try and get out there, they very quickly realize, oh, wow, I've got to hire an email marketing specialist, a sales specialist, somebody to deal with my inner blocks, a Facebook ad over here. And so we put all of the experts together for you so that it's all in one program. And that's what allows our clients to get results in record time.
That's right. Well, and how can my audience, our audience, like who watching this and listening right now, follow you and check out your program and join the work with you?
Really simple. Head to takeyourpowerbacknow.com. That's the name of my website, takeyourpowerbacknow.com. And there's a free masterclass. You can pick up a copy of my book. There's different digital products, little mini courses that you can also access as well. All on the website, takeyourpowerbacknow.com.
And if they have a question beyond that, they can book a call with your team. Is that correct?
Yeah, you'll find links on the website. You can also follow me on YouTube and Facebook, Vanessa Simpkins. Shoot me a message on social media or find me on my website. And if you want to know more, absolutely, there's a place to book a call with my team on the site.
Awesome. Well, Vanessa, lovely to have you here. Super fun, very powerful answer and message that you share with our audience today. Thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you, Vanessa.
Thank you, Nim.